The alien girl lay still on the cold metal floor. The lights above her blinked red and white, slow and weak. Smoke drifted across the broken hallway. The ship was dying. Sirens wailed, then stopped. Silence followed, heavy and scary. She did not breathe. At least. She did not let it show. Her heart was beating so fast that it hurt. Every beat felt loud inside her chest. But her body stayed stiff, just like her mother had taught her. If you ever see a human, her mother had said, do not cry. Do not run. Do not move. Play dead. The girl remembered her mother's face as the ship shook from the last blast. Blood on her side. Fear in her eyes. Love in her voice. Humans are the galaxy's monsters, her mother whispered. They take children. They break worlds. If they find you alive, they will take you. Footsteps echoed through the hallway. Heavy. Slow. Not alien. Human. The sound came closer. Metal boots striking the floor. Each step made the girl want to scream. She wanted to curl up, to hide, to disappear. But she stayed still. Her eyes stayed closed. Her hands lay open at her sides. A shadow fell over her. The girl felt warm air move near her face. A presence. Big. Close. She did not move. The human stood there for a long moment. The girl wondered if he could hear her heart. She wondered if he could smell her fear. She wondered if this was how it ended. Then a voice spoke. She's small. The human said. His voice was deep, but not loud. Not angry. It sounded calm. Another voice answered from behind. Check for signs of life. The girl felt something touch her wrist. Gentle, careful. 2 fingers pressed lightly against her skin. Her heart skipped. She forced herself to stay still. She's alive, the human said. Quietly, the girl wanted to run. Instead, she stayed frozen. The human did not shout. He did not grab her. He did not pull out a weapon. Instead, he slowly knelt beside her. The floor creaked under his weight. She's just a child, he said to the others. Lower your weapons. There was a pause. Then she heard metal click softly. Weapons being lowered. Her mother had never spoken of this. The human reached for a small device and scanned her body. A soft blue light passed over her. The device beeped. She's scared, the human said. Heart rate is high. The girl's chest felt tight. Tears burned behind her closed eyes. She wanted to believe this was a trick. Humans were known to lie. Humans were known to be cruel. Do not open your eyes. Her mother's voice echoed in her mind. Dead things are not taken. The human removed something from his belt. The girl felt warmth cover her shoulders. A blanket. Thick, soft. Why would a monster do that? She's freezing, the human said. Ship power is almost gone. The girl felt the blanket wrap around her small body. His hands were large but careful. He moved as if she might break. The human stood up and spoke to his team. Secure the area. No sudden moves. One of the humans muttered, Sir, command said no survivors. The human's voice turned firm. Command is not here. I am. The girl's mind spun. No survivors? Was she supposed to be dead already? The human knelt again, closer this time. His shadow covered her face. She could feel his eyes on her, studying, watching. She can hear us, he said softly. It's okay. You're safe. Safe. The word felt strange. Wrong. Beautiful. The girl's body shook before she could stop it. Just a small tremble. But the human noticed. It's okay, he said again. We're not here to hurt you. Her mother's words fought inside her head. Fear battled hope. Slowly her eyes opened. She saw him. The human's face was tired. Dirt marked his skin. A long cut ran across his cheek. His eyes were not cruel. They were sad. She swallowed and whispered, her voice barely a sound. Please, don't take me. The human's face changed, and that was when everything began to change. The girl's small body trembled beneath the warm blanket. Her mind spun like a storm. She had been taught all humans were killers, monsters who destroyed planets and children alike. Every story, every warning from her mother told her the same thing. Stay away, stay silent, survive by hiding. And yet, here he was. Not a monster. Not cruel. Not angry. Not even impatient. The human knelt in front of her again. His eyes, a calm gray, studied her carefully. His movements were slow, careful, almost gentle. "You're safe," he repeated softly, like saying it enough would make her believe it. Her hands gripped the blanket tighter. Safe? Could it be true? Could a human actually mean it? She remembered the screams, the stories of alien villages burned to ash, of families torn apart. This man did not fit any of those tales. He extended a hand, but she did not reach for it. Instead, she pulled the blanket closer, making herself smaller, invisible if she could. The human smiled faintly, not a wide grin, just a soft curve of his lips. "I won't hurt you," he said. "Not ever." Another human entered the room, carrying a small medical kit. They moved quietly, carefully, giving her space. The girl watched as the first human nodded, then gestured for them to treat her. The medic knelt beside her and scanned her tiny body with a soft glowing tool. The girl flinched. The first human gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "It's okay," he said. "We're not your enemies. Not today." Her chest tightened. Could she believe it? Could a human really risk their air, their safety, to save a stranger from another species? Could someone who had the power to hurt her choose not to? She remembered her mother's voice, sharp and fearful. "Humans are monsters. Do not trust them. Do not move. Do not speak." But the warmth on her shoulders, the calm gray eyes looking at her with patience, and the soft words wrapping around her like a shield. They told a different story. The human spoke again, softly, but with authority. "We are all at risk here. The ship is failing. Enemy ships may come any moment. I need to know we are not causing you pain. Can you tell me if anything hurts?" Her mouth opened, then closed again. Words felt heavy, dangerous. But the human waited, not moving, not pushing. Finally she whispered, I'm scared." The human's face softened. "I know," he said. "I would be scared too. But right now, I will protect you." The girl's mind spun. Protect her? Humans didn't protect aliens. They hunted them. And yet, here he was. His hand stayed near her, but not touching in a way that could hurt. His voice carried trust, calm, and something else, something she did not have a word for yet. Outside, the ship groaned. The lights flickered. Somewhere, alarms began to wail again. Her body stiffened with fear. The human glanced at the door, then back at her. "We will face this together. You are not alone." The girl's eyes filled with tears. She blinked rapidly, unsure if she should hide or run. But something inside her, something tiny and fragile, wanted to trust him. Wanted to believe that maybe, just maybe, humans were not the monsters her mother had said they were. The human leaned closer. "I know you have been told stories about my kind. I know you are afraid. But I need you to see this. Not all humans are the same. Not all humans will take what is not theirs. Not all humans will harm a child." Her lips trembled. She wanted to speak, but her voice shook too much. The blanket felt warm, almost like a hug. The gray eyes held hers, waiting. Patient. And then softly she whispered again, I don't want to die." The human nodded. "You won't, I promise you. You are not alone." For the first time since the ship shook and alarms screamed, the girl dared to believe it. A faint smile touched the corner of her lips. She opened her eyes wider. And when she did, she saw not a monster, but a protector. The human had gray eyes, calm and kind, and for the first time, she wondered if maybe, just maybe, humans could be heroes too. Outside, the ship creaked. Somewhere in the distance, a shadow moved. Danger was coming. But inside, in that small room, trust had begun to grow. And that was the moment everything changed. The ship shook again, harder this time. Sparks flew from broken panels, and smoke drifted across the narrow corridor. The alien girl clutched the blanket tighter around her small frame. Her body still trembled, but her heart felt a strange calm. She was alive. And for the first time, she felt not alone. The human soldier knelt beside her again, scanning the hallway. His gray eyes were alert, calm, and focused. "We need to move," he said softly, glancing at the girl. "Can you walk?" The girl hesitated. Her legs felt weak like jelly. Her mind shouted, "Run! Hide! They will take you. Humans destroy everything." But another voice whispered inside her, soft and strange, "Maybe. Not all humans are the same." She nodded slowly. He offered his hand. She glanced at it. Large, strong. Could it hurt her? Or could it help her? She took a deep breath and placed her tiny hand in his. The human smiled faintly. "Good. We will be safe together," he said as he helped her to her feet. Her mind flashed back to her mother's warnings. "Do not trust humans. They are killers. They take children." But the warmth of the blanket, the careful way he touched her hand, the soft way he spoke, it was different. Real. They moved slowly down the hallway. Broken doors lined the walls, sparks flying from damaged panels. She could see shadows moving. Her own people? Enemy drones? She did not know. But the human led her without fear. Every step was protective. Every glance was careful. "We are almost at the medbay," he said quietly. "Then we will be safe. I promise." The girl's eyes widened. A promise? From a human? Promises were dangerous. They were lies. They were traps. And yet, something in his voice, calm and true, made her believe. Just a little. They entered a small room filled with blinking lights and soft hums. The human guided her to a seat and gestured for another human to check her wounds. She winced as the medic applied a gentle scan, but there was no pain, only warmth. The first human knelt beside her again. "I know you are scared," he said softly. "I know you have been taught to fear us. But I will not hurt you. Not now, not ever. You are safe with me." Her lips trembled. No human had ever said such words to her. No human had ever promised safety, protection, or care. Her mother's stories warned her that humans destroyed families, tore children from their homes, and left nothing behind. And yet, here was one human, kneeling, speaking softly, keeping his word. I don't understand," she whispered. "Why? Why me?" The human tilted his head. "Because you are alive, and I will not harm you. I don't take what is not mine. I protect life. That is what humans can be. We are not perfect, but we can choose to be better. And today, I choose to protect you." The girl blinked. Warm tears rolled down her cheeks. She wanted to run. She wanted to hide. But she stayed. She listened. She believed, just a little. Outside, the ship groaned. Alarms wailed again. Distant explosions shook the walls. Danger was near. But inside this small medbay, trust began to grow. For the first time, she imagined a future where she was safe. Where humans could be heroes, not monsters. Where she might live without hiding. The human glanced at her. "I will get you out of here, alive. You will see the stars again. You will see your mother. And when this is over, I will not leave your side." The girl's chest tightened. He actually means it, she thought. He actually promised, and in that moment, she made a tiny decision. She would trust him. Just a little. She would follow him. And maybe she would survive. The ship shook again. Sparks flew. Danger was real. But the human soldier beside her kept his word. And for the first time, the alien girl felt hope. The ship shuddered violently. Lights flickered. The walls groaned, metal bending with the pressure of distant explosions. Smoke filled the corridors, and the air smelled of burning circuits. The alien girl clutched the blanket tighter around her shoulders, her small body pressed close to the human soldier beside her. "Stay close," he said, his voice calm but firm. "We move together." They stepped into a wide chamber where the enemy drones were already attacking. Sharp, blinking lights cut through the smoke, and mechanical limbs smashed into walls. The girl froze, terror striking her like a lightning bolt. She had been told humans were weak, that they would run or die. Yet the human beside her did not flinch. He stood tall, holding a long weapon in his hands. The drones advanced. Sparks flew as laser blasts ricocheted from the walls. The human shouted orders to his team. "Form a line. Protect the girl." The girl watched in awe. These humans were not running. They were holding the line. They were risking their lives to protect someone they did not even know. A drone lunged at her. The human reacted instantly, blocking it with a forceful strike. The girl's heart pounded in her chest. She had never seen humans act with such courage. Every story her mother told her said humans were monsters. But here was bravery, heroism, and care. One human was hit. He fell to the floor, but another ran to his side, shielding him with their own body. The girl's eyes widened. They were not leaving anyone behind. They were not afraid of death. The human beside her guided her behind a sturdy console. "Stay down, watch, learn," he said quietly. She peered over the edge. Humans were moving as one, like a single living machine. They fought fiercely but carefully. Every movement was precise. Every step was deliberate. Every life mattered. A loud explosion shook the room, throwing the girl against the console. Her eyes filled with tears, but she stayed. She wanted to run, wanted to hide, but she could not look away. She saw something she had never seen before. Humans who fought not for destruction, but for protection. The human soldier beside her glanced at her. "You're safe with us," he said. "Keep your eyes open. Remember what you see. Not all humans are cruel. Some of us choose to stand." The girl nodded. Her heart pounded, but not from fear alone. There was wonder too. Awe. She felt something unfamiliar stirring inside her, a tiny spark of trust. Another drone came at them. Larger this time, more menacing. The human soldier did not hesitate. He stepped forward, placing himself between the girl and danger. He raised his weapon and fired. Sparks flew. The drone exploded in a shower of metal fragments. The girl's jaw dropped. "They fight for me, for me." Her mind refused to believe it. Humans were supposed to destroy, to conquer, to kill without thought. But these humans were standing for someone smaller, weaker, someone they did not know. Suddenly, another explosion rocked the chamber. Dust and debris fell from the ceiling. The girl instinctively ducked, her body pressed against the human. "Are you hurt?" she asked softly, fear and concern lacing her voice. He shook his head, wiping blood from a cut on his cheek. "I'm fine. Focus on staying safe. That's your job right now." The girl watched him stand again, weapon raised, ready to face more drones. She realized then that humans were not monsters. They could be, but they also could be heroes, protectors, fighters for life, not destruction. The enemy drones kept coming, relentless and fast. The girl's stomach twisted with fear, yet a strange sense of safety wrapped around her. The human beside her, wounded yet unyielding, had chosen to stand. And for the first time, the alien girl felt something she had never felt before. Hope. Hope that she might survive. Hope that humans could be trusted. Hope that, for once, the stories she had been told were wrong. The battle raged on, sparks flying, walls shaking, but inside the girl, something had changed. She was no longer hiding. She was watching. She was learning. And she was beginning to believe. The alien girl clutched the blanket around her shoulders as the smoke cleared from the hallway. The battle had stopped, but the ship still groaned and trembled. Sparks fell from broken panels, and alarms occasionally wailed. Yet something inside her had changed. Fear still lingered, but a new feeling had taken root. Courage. She had seen the humans fight. Not for power, not for revenge, but for her. They had stood when others would have run. They had risked their lives to protect a child of another species. The stories her mother had told her, the warnings about humans, now felt hollow and wrong. Her gray-eyed protector knelt beside her again, checking her for injuries. "You're unharmed?" he asked. I'm fine," she whispered. But her mind was racing. "I want to help them. I want to trust them. I want to do something." She glanced at a damaged console nearby, blinking red with sparks flying. In a sudden decision, she ran to it, her small hands moving quickly over the controls. The humans watched in surprise as the girl worked. Her fingers were delicate but skilled. She had studied alien ships her whole life. She could navigate this one. The human soldier's eyes widened. "Careful," he warned softly. But he did not stop her. She bypassed the damaged systems and reactivated the ship's internal defenses. The alarms silenced. Emergency lights stabilized. She looked at the humans. For the first time, she felt like she was part of the team. The gray-eyed human knelt beside her. "You saved us," he said softly. She shook her head. "I didn't save you. You saved me first." The human smiled faintly. "Then we saved each other." Her mind drifted to her mother's warnings. Do not trust humans. They take what is not theirs. They destroy worlds. But she had seen the truth with her own eyes. Humans could fight. Humans could protect. Humans could care. A sudden alarm blared. The ship's scanners detected enemy reinforcements approaching. The humans were ready, but the girl's heart pounded. She could see the enemy fleet forming in space. The humans could be outnumbered. They could be destroyed. She realized something. She could not hide anymore. She could not play dead. She had knowledge. She had skills. She could help. "I can help," she shouted, her voice trembling but strong. The humans turned to her, surprised. "You can?" Her protector asked. "Yes," she said. "I know this ship. I can guide you. I can control the defenses. I want to help you protect us all." The gray-eyed human studied her for a long moment. Then he nodded. "Then let's do it together." She worked with them, directing energy to shields, activating automated turrets, and guiding the humans to weak points in the approaching enemy fleet. Every instruction she gave saved lives. Every command she made allowed the humans to fight more effectively. The humans began to trust her, following her guidance without question. And she began to trust them, feeling a bond forming stronger than fear. Finally, after tense moments, the enemy fleet retreated. The humans cheered softly, their weapons lowered. The girl's chest heaved, adrenaline leaving her body in shaky breaths. Her protector knelt beside her, placing a hand on her shoulder. "You were brave," he said. "You trusted us, even when you were scared. You made the right choice." The girl's eyes welled with tears. She had broken the lie her mother had taught her, that humans were all monsters. She had chosen to trust. And in doing so, she had helped save lives. She looked at the humans around her and whispered softly, almost to herself, "Maybe. Not all humans are the same." Her gray-eyed protector smiled. "No, they are not. And some of us will stand for what is right, even when it's hard." The girl's heart swelled with a feeling she could not name: pride, hope, and a deep sense of belonging. For the first time in her life, she felt that she was not alone in the galaxy. The ship still groaned. The battle might return. Danger might still lurk in the shadows. But she had learned something more important than fear, that courage and trust could change everything. And in that moment, the alien girl knew she was ready to face whatever came next. The alien girl stood on the bridge of the repaired ship, her small hands gripping the railing. Outside, stars glimmered like scattered diamonds across the black canvas of space. But the galaxy she once knew, the one full of fear and warnings about humans, felt different now. She had seen humans in action. She had seen them fight for life, for justice, for someone they barely knew. And now, it was time for the galaxy to see what she had seen. The council chamber loomed before them, massive and cold. Holographic screens flickered with the faces of alien leaders from dozens of species. Many stared at the humans with suspicion, some with anger. Humans were accused of crimes they had not committed. Entire fleets had been sent to stop them, to destroy them. The girl stepped forward, her voice trembling but clear. "You have been told lies about humans," she began. "You have been taught to fear them. You have been told they take, destroy, and kill without reason. But I saw the truth with my own eyes." The chamber fell silent. The council members leaned forward, curious, skeptical, and wary. "They saved me," she continued, her voice stronger now. "They protected me when I was alone. They risked their lives for someone they did not know. They fought when everyone else would have run. Not for power, not for reward, but because it was right." A murmur spread through the chamber. Some aliens whispered to each other. Some shook their heads. But the girl did not falter. She stepped closer to the holographic console. "I know the stories you have been told. I know the warnings my mother gave me. But the humans you fear, they can be heroes. They can be protectors. They can fight for life, not death." The human soldier knelt beside her, battered and tired, but standing tall with quiet dignity. His eyes met hers. She saw trust, care, and determination. "They asked for nothing," she said softly. "No reward, no praise, no power. They only wanted to save lives. They only wanted to do what was right." The council members whispered among themselves, their faces showing doubt and shock. One elder stepped forward. "Child, are you sure?" "I am sure," she said firmly. "I watched them with my own eyes. I survived because of them. And if you look at the truth, you will see it too. Not all humans are cruel. Some stand when others run. Some protect when others destroy. Some choose life when destruction is easier." Another elder frowned. "This goes against what we have been taught. The history we know." "History can be wrong," the girl said. "I know the truth. And today, I ask you to see it too. Humans are not monsters. They can be heroes. And they have shown it to me." A hush fell over the council. Holographic screens displayed her words, her face, her eyes, filled with honesty, fear, hope, and courage. The story of one small alien girl shook the galaxy. The gray-eyed human soldier stepped forward. "We do not ask for forgiveness," he said quietly. "We do not ask for praise. We ask only for peace. We ask only that the truth be seen." The council members looked at each other, their expressions unreadable. Slowly, one by one, they began to nod. The whispers quieted. The verdict was clear. The humans were no longer feared blindly. The galaxy had seen their courage, their mercy, their honor. The girl felt a warmth in her chest, a deep sense of relief and pride. She had spoken for the humans. She had told the truth. And the galaxy had listened. For the first time, humans were no longer only warriors or monsters in alien stories. They were heroes, protectors, guardians of life, and the alien girl knew that everything had changed. Fear had been replaced by understanding. Distrust had been replaced by respect. And in the galaxy, a small voice had proven that one truth could change everything. She glanced at the human beside her, battered but unbowed. He gave her a small nod, silent and strong. Together, they had shown the galaxy the truth. Together, they had shown that humans could stand for life. And the girl smiled, knowing that the future was no longer something to fear. It was something to hope for. The alien girl stood on the deck of the human ship, staring at the stars that stretched endlessly before her. For the first time in her life, she did not feel fear. Not for herself, not for the humans who had saved her, and not for the galaxy that had once seemed full of lies and danger. Her mother's warnings echoed faintly in her mind. Humans are monsters. Do not trust them. They take what is not theirs. But she had seen the truth. Humans were not monsters. Some of them, at least, were heroes, protectors, guardians. The gray-eyed human soldier, who had saved her from the very beginning, stood beside her. His face was still marked with cuts and soot, but his posture was steady. "Are you ready?" he asked softly. The girl nodded. Her hands trembled, not from fear, but from excitement and resolve. "Yes," she said. "I'm ready to do more than survive. I'm ready to help." The ship's engines hummed to life, vibrating beneath her feet. Outside, alien worlds loomed in the distance, and the remnants of old wars glimmered like scars across the galaxy. She took a deep breath. She had a voice now. She had a choice. And she would use both to change everything. The council chamber awaited them, where leaders from dozens of alien species were gathered. They had seen the girl's words, her testimony, and the human's heroism, but now it was time for her to speak again. Not as a frightened child, but as someone who had witnessed truth and courage firsthand. She stepped forward, shoulders straight, voice clear. "I once believed humans were monsters," she said. "I was taught to fear them. I was told they would take me, destroy my world, and leave nothing behind. But I was wrong." She paused, looking at the gray-eyed human standing beside her. "These humans, this man and his crew, they saved me. They protected me when no one else would. They risked their lives for someone they did not know. And they did it because it was the right thing to do. Not for reward, not for fame, but because they chose to stand when others ran." The council members were silent. Their faces were unreadable, but the girl could feel the shift in the air. They were listening. They were understanding. "I speak for myself," she continued, "and for anyone who has been taught to fear without seeing the truth. Humans can be heroes. They can protect. They can fight for life, not for power or destruction. And I choose to trust them." A murmur spread through the council chamber. Some nodded, some whispered to each other, and slowly, the room seemed to breathe with acceptance. The galaxy was beginning to change. The girl turned to the human beside her and smiled. "Don't take me," she said softly. "Take us all, together." The human nodded, understanding the depth of her words. "We will," he said. "Together." Outside, the galaxy seemed to shine brighter, as if even the stars were recognizing the change that had begun. Fear had been replaced by hope. Distrust had been replaced by respect. And in that moment, the alien girl realized she had grown. She was no longer a frightened child hiding from the world. She was a voice for truth, a witness to heroism, and a bridge between species. And she knew that the humans who had saved her were not just her protectors. They were her family now, in a way that went beyond blood or home. The council members began to applaud softly. Not loudly, not with fanfare, but with acknowledgement and understanding. A new chapter had begun. The humans were no longer feared. They were heroes, guardians, partners. The girl felt a warmth spread through her chest. She had survived. She had learned. She had chosen courage and trust over fear. And the galaxy had seen the truth. She glanced at her gray-eyed protector, and he gave her a small, proud nod. Together, they would continue to show the galaxy what humanity could be. And for the first time in her life, the alien girl felt fully, completely safe. Not just herself, but all of them. Don't take me. Take us all, she whispered again, smiling. The human soldier squeezed her hand gently. We will, he said. And together, they faced the stars, ready for whatever came next.